Good morning, folks. On the old familiar trail to the gym for some strength and conditioning. Trying to maintain twice a week with the strength work. I think it really pays dividends. But I am finding a conflict of sessions. And I want to talk about the long run. Yes, the long run, the long slow run. If you look at all the guidance out there for runners, you need to include the long slow run in your training, along with some intensity and some tempo work. But 2 points spring to mind on that for me. Number one, I'm not a runner. I'm a multisport athlete, a duathlete. So I've got to factor in bike training. And that bike training gives me a heck of a lot of endurance for the heart and lungs. And number two, I've been doing this endurance thing for over 45 years. So how much do I need to build? And how much do I need to just maintain and sustain? Those two things really playing on my mind this morning, because I wanted to go on a reasonably long run. For me, that's 11-12k, and yeah, I'm thinking about it, and it just seems like how much of that is junk training. So we're here at the gym now. I'll contemplate that, and yeah, we'll chat about it on the way back. Always a challenge running back after that, but I think it's worthwhile, and leads back to my theory about the long run. I'm fooling myself, my legs, into thinking I've done a long run, but I'm actually including the strength and conditioning. I'm getting a run in around 8k today, with a commute here and back, with a gym session in between. So I guess you need to ask yourself, what do you want to achieve with the long run? If you're going to build endurance, time on the legs, being out for an hour and a half, getting the run conditioning for that time, then yes, the long run is probably very useful. But that comes back down to what you're targeting. What is your goal? I'm only aiming at short events. I guess if I was aiming for long distance, I'd want to do a long run, but I really don't feel I need to when I'm going maximum standard distance, even though that is a total of nearly, well, 15k running, so that's quite a lot. But I think the strength and conditioning that I'm doing puts me in good stead for that. It's good. So overall, yes, good for me. I can run and get the conditioning done still go quite well over 10k. I get the intensity I need from the interval sessions and the shorter track work, and I get the leg conditioning for the longer sustained efforts, like in a standard distance triathlon, from these types of sessions. And the overall endurance I get from all the bike work, which works the engine, the endurance. So what does that look like for my overall running distance for a 7-day week? I say a 7-day week because I normally work for a 9-day week. I'm just odd like that. But a normal 7-day week, I'm running no more than 25 to 30k. 30k a week is a big week running distance for me. And off that, I've ran a 17:58 5k and a 37.5 minute 10k. So I'm doing something right. Now you may say, well, if you ran more, you'd run better. But I don't think that's the case. I think if I ran more, I'd just break. I'd get injured. The cycling is no impact and it actually prevents the risk of injury. So yeah, if I ran more, I think I'd really suffer. And that weekly total, 25 to 30k, is only 3 runs a week. Sometimes I'll do 4, but the 4th run will just be very easy dynamic drills and strides, no more than 3k. So that's the recipe for me, and I think it works. I'll stress again though, I've been doing this for over 45 years and I'm 60 years old, so it works for me. It might not work for somebody who's newer to the endurance sports, especially running, and better able to cope with the training load without getting injured. And that's me coming up to 8k, and the legs certainly feel like they've done more than that, which is the idea, isn't it? For obvious reasons, I've killed them in the gym. So that's leg conditioning, which is part of the long run anyway. So I've got the endurance, I've got leg conditioning. Happy days! Thanks for watching. Don't know what you think about the long run. Guess it depends what you're doing, what you're aiming for, and what your main sport is. But if you're multi-sport, consider mixing it up. See you next time.